Here's a radical idea for you, right? There are many fronts to the battle against the forces of evil, if you want to go down that road, the forces of oppression, fascism, general grey tedium and financial oppression. You know, like the world is all about making money and we're just economic units. Another image for that is the Blue Meanies, if any of you have seen the Yellow Submarine film. So the Blue Meanies, right, they've basically taken over the world. And in the film, the way that they are, converted back to a more loving path was through the power of music. But it wasn't just any music, it was Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They were seriously good musicians, right? And if you think about it, when there's been seriously good music going on, that's when there's been a counterculture. That's when there's been that kind of revolutionary fervour. You know, back in the day when you had, I don't know, Led Zeppelin or Jimi Hendrix or something like that, and everything that went on around that, it could only happen, the whole scene could only happen because of absolute excellence. Like complete, you know, no holds barred, get as good as you can at doing this thing and have that as being like the baseline of what everyone in your culture is trying to do. So that it's not just Jimi Hendrix, it's his drummer and his bass player, and it's not just David Bowie, it's all the amazing musicians that you work with. To create this scene of cultural richness, right? So cultural richness, colour, energy, vitality, spirit, all of this is needed so desperately in the face of the grey monotony of this whole kind of economic world that we live in, you know, the kind of billionaire oligarchs and all the rest of it, that would just have us being like, you know, wage slaves and, you know, once we've fulfilled our purpose then off we go to the grave, you know. I'm really serious about this. Mediocrity, I would say, is a form of consent to oppression. It's a form of allowing ourselves to be oppressed and to have the richness of life stolen from us. So seriously, you know, consider where in your life can you up your game and start pursuing excellence in a more committed way.